Hello everyone, welcome to your Sunday Facebook Live where I'm sharing with you some fun from our celebration catalog. Thanks for joining me. You are with Rochelle Smith, and I'm from Stamping Flair, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne. So glad you could join me, and I know some of you have been joining me at the classroom at Geeks 13, so it's been really nice, and I've had so much fun this weekend being able to share with you and meet so many new people and chat with many, um, just having lots of fun. Uh, so it's been a great time. I had lots of crafting this weekend, and really nice to be able to share that with you. So if you are joining me today, please say hello and introduce yourself, where you're from. Just nice to know, and catch up with you. I'd really appreciate you sharing this video with anyone you think might like some crafting, some leisurely crafting on a Sunday. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel as well. I do post my videos up there, so in case you miss it on Facebook or there, I do put it on YouTube just in case people don't have Facebook as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you the Simply Marbleous Designer Series paper, and let me just turn my camera around so you can see it. This is the first paper, or the first product I got. Purely, I mean, I liked it, but we've also had some issues with our shipping, and we didn't have many product available, and I just like this paper. So take a look at this. So this is the first side, and tell me what you think and what it lends itself to, what it reminds you of. For me, it reminds me a lot of the sea, and that's where I'm going today with it, the blues. But I think the marble is a really nice effect as well, and I'll show you the other side. So you get 48 sheets, double-sided. So those blues, so they're ombre in that sense, so you could mix and match with a variation. You've got the greys, the smoky slates. You could go grey, granite, white. There's a just jade, and I reckon you could even mix that with those granny apple greens and old olive stamp. You could stamp on the designer series paper itself. It just lends itself to that. You've got some nice mauves and lilacs there as well. So Highland Heather, gorgeous grape would go perfect with that. So saffron on that side, probably more. You've got some bumblebee. Just mix and match those pinks. I think it just varies. So today I'm going to be using this particular piece, and showing you a card layout as well as some watercoloring. So the layout you can basically use with any designer series paper you've got, and that's what I hope you can take away with my lives and whatever I teach, that you can use what I share. If you don't have the stamp set or the paper, you can work around that and use with what products you have. Simply Marbleous paper is a free product, so you can't buy it. It is free with a $90 purchase during celebration. Hi Sonia, so nice to see you. Thank you so much, and I do appreciate all your shares of my videos. That is so appreciated. Thanks for watching. Renee, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I know we're busy on the weekends, and we all have things to do, busy with families, running kids around, cooking, cleaning. It never ends, I don't think. So I'm following basically this layout. You can change the dimensions. I will tell you what dimensions I've used, but that this uses the Symbols of Fortune designer series paper, which I used last night on my live. So If I can find that card, I will show you that. So if you missed it last night, that's the card I did with that Symbols of Fortune Designer Series paper. Um, but we're going to use the Simply Marvelous paper, and I'm also going to be using an oldie but a goodie, Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set, because I think that really lends itself to this paper. So I've got a grey granite card mat. I tried to avoid, let me just double check that it is grey granite. I was just making sure it's not smoky slate. So it's grey granite, 9.9 by 14.2, and then I've just cut this paper down to a length of 9.3 centimeters, and the width is, these are really odd widths, okay? So it's just, I was trying to fit it in to the little sections, and I wanted a bit more gap in between. So I put it as 3.2 centimeters, 2.6, and 2.3. So that's 3.2 centimeters, 2.6, and 2.3. If you wanted to, you could round it like 3 centimeters, 2.5, and 2 centimeters. Just make your strips a little bit narrower and just like normal numbers instead of really odd measurements like I've done. But I just wanted those a bit more gap in between them. I've got a piece of shimmery white cardstock which I've just cut into one of the A4 sheets into a quarter sheet. And what I'm going to first do is die cut it using the Seaside Seashells embossing folder, the die, and then I'm going to emboss it. And then we will be doing some watercoloring on it. This is a die that sits well, is perfect for that embossing folder. That's what I like about it. You will see how it really matches up, and it's like magic. You don't have to do anything, it just gets all those details. So I will run this a couple of times. It's just got some detail on that grassy bits, sea grassy bits I should say, or sea, the plants. So this is a shimmery white cardstock. You can use watercolor. If you do use regular A4 cardstock, you can't, it won't absorb as much, the water. You can use it, but I don't think it absorbs as well. So this embossing folder is perfect for that, right? So I recommend, if you do get the dies, that you do get that embossing folder. Just make your life a lot easier. I think the easiest way to match this is to go on the deboss side, so it kind of fits, pops right in. Otherwise it tends to slip out, but if you put it on the deboss side, it will pop in. You can add a bit of washi if you want to stop it from slipping, but I find when I put it on the other side, it works. It just sits there. Sorry, I'm a bit off camera there. Yeah, like that. So this is a 3D embossing folder. So you just need, with your Stampin' Card and Emboss machine, you just need your gray plate on top. That's like I explain, like I'm telling you the color. It's the number 4 plate. Right, that's how I explain cars. The red car, the blue car. Don't ask me what type of car. Okay. So you see now that nice detail on those dots. I'm going to be cutting them apart. Sometimes it's good to mix when we get new product. It is very easy to forget about the old product we have, because we love all the new shiny new stuff we have, and then easy to overlook the good stuff we already have. So mix and match. And like, I've had so much stuff that I have some of it I haven't used, and I just get rid of it brand new in the packet with the cellophane still on top. So I've been a bit more careful and using in my things, trying to anyway, trying to be better. So I want trying maybe one large and 2 smaller shells, just for layout purposes, and then we always have extra if we need, and you can save that for another project, whatever you don't use. You'll find as you color them, it's just so simple that all the detail is there. So once we do this, we are ready to go, and we'll do some watercoloring. Please ask me any questions as we go along, if you want some clarity on anything. I'm gonna lose all my bits and pieces, so I better put it back in the envelope. Then I want to know which little strip is what. I pulled out Balmy Blue, Cinnamon Cider, and Blushing Bride for my color scheme. I think the Cinnamon Cider will pick up, will go really nicely with the blue. And we'll use our water painters. One it comes in a pack of 3, so I'm using one of them. Might have had a bit of cinnamon cider left over. Oh. Okay, so this is Balmy Blue. Just take off excess, and you will see as I'm coloring in, it'll pick up. You'll be like a super artist, because it's picking up those lines and all that embossing. My brush is not overly wet, because I feel like I have a little bit more control in that way when I don't have it flowing for things like this. Just gonna check on comments, and then just gonna bring it up on one side, and we might add some Blushing Bride on the other side. I did think about the petal pink, but petal pink did appear a bit more peachy and blended in with that cinnamon cider a little bit more than I wanted it to. So I because I was trying to avoid blushing bright because it's my go-to, and I was trying to be different. That didn't work. Okay, so then I'm just gonna highlight a few of those spots. So just go with the markings on the shell. I'm not doing anything extra. You can leave that to dry or use your heat gun. I'm using the heat gun just to speed up the process a little bit, because you don't want your colors to merge. Just setting one if you're using the Stampin' Up heat gun. And that's all you need, just to give it a light dry. And you can keep the excess ink in there, it's fine. You can also, if you don't have an ink refill, this is another method you can use. Just take one of your ink, the clear blocks, use that and use it like this as your palette. But that's another method, but I do recommend you getting your ink refills at the time, but sometimes it doesn't always work like that. So if you haven't got an ink refill at the time and you want to try this, you can do it in this manner. And even if you have ink refill, sometimes doing it like this gives you a little bit more control for smaller sections. So I added a little bit more water there because I did want to wash it through. So that's just a couple of ways you can do your watercoloring and add your color. So it's got a bit of mother of pearly look, but we've actually got a mother of pearl cardstock, which you can, now that I've thought about it, we might have to try that. So I like that two-tone kind of effect. So we can close that, bring in the color in there a bit just to blend that in. So that we can leave that aside. Now next one we'll do is this one. We'll do it in cinnamon cider. Now with your cinnamon cider, quite a strong color, so just be wary when you add that to your shell. It gives a real nice beachy look though. I'm just washing that through. Do you like that? It's a real like sandy color. And then just add a bit more. Sometimes it's nice to have those white tones, white space in there, because it's like a real shell then. Or it's like the surf. Let's add a bit of balmy glue back in there. Oh, I didn't dry that. My piece is pretty dry, but you can speed up that drying process if you wanted to, if it was wet. with your heat gun like I did before. And I don't mind a bit of merging on this with color. So I think that's a very beachy shell. I'm not sure about this. Let's see what I want to do. I might change my mind, but we'll see. Because sometimes you need a bit of a contrast color, and my pink is that contrast, but it might be a little bit too much. We'll see. Now, our last little shell, I will do a combination of cinnamon cider and the blushing bride. So let's go with the lines on the shell. And I probably shouldn't have closed my cinnamon cider, kept it open. Alright. And we'll go like that. Blend that in. If I don't like that other big shell, I can always change it to the, there's another one there, so we can fiddle around. We can change our minds. That's what us crafters do. Overthink. I don't know whether I like that, but let's see. We'll do another one. Let's do another one. Just for good measure, and we can compare, because I think that pink's a little bit too much. I got a bit excited with my pink. Because I'm quite liking that cinnamon cider, but I'll just do a bit of the pink tone. It was a little bit too dark for my liking. I'll leave them aside. I think the lighter color is nice, isn't it? The sandy tones are better. You're thinking with me. What do you think? Do you think this is better than that pinky color? I don't know. Let's go a bit darker in the shell, in the center of the shell. Doing a bit quicker. Watercoloring is very relaxing. You can find you'll find it if you haven't done it. Try it. It's just a very relaxing process because there's no right or wrong. I could that pink shell, I'll use it on some other project, but it's just a very relaxing process. Yes, there we go. Done. Okay. So let's bring in this, and I will put my largest piece on the left, and then medium and smallest piece. I've also got a piece of a label which I die cut from the Hippo dies. You like this one better? Yeah, Sharon and Sonia like the lighter color. Yeah, I agree. It is blending in better, I think, with that. Definitely, I do agree with you. We can hide that blue, and yeah, that'll look nice with the sentiment. So I thought we can do a sentiment, and we can kind of hide that and mix and match a bit there. Gotta experiment sometimes, don't you? Now this is, I'm totally eyeballing it. I have no idea how far to put it away from the corner. So what I recommend is do your two sides first and then do the center. If you're pedantic, you can measure it, but I don't think it's necessary. If it bugs you, you may want to measure it. You can see mine is a touch crooked, but I shall cover it up. Alright, let's go the sentiment with cinnamon cider. You could use black because you've got this grey granite, so it'll go, but just use what you've got. I'm just pulling whatever colors are here. I had my stitching on the wrong side, that's what I was just checking. You are unique and completely amazing. Yeah. That's a nice sentiment. Encouragement sentiment. Alright. Now for the card base, I did pull out a few colors because I didn't know which one would go. So we'll start assembling and then we will check out what works. Sometimes you have to see the finished project before it happens. So let's put some dimensionals. Do we need ribbon? Maybe not. I might just put some little those cinnamon cider gems we have. I'm gonna put that towards there. Trying to work it out, guys. There we go, that's better. Bring that in and a little one there. Just a couple of dimensionals there. It's okay if you put it on that, it'll then balance out so it's not on top of two different levels. That'll be okay. That is a bit off, you can see it, but I think it'll work. Right, and we can just sit that there. Now we've got I brought three colors. I've just got a basic white. Let me know what you think. So we've got cinnamon cider, we've got misty moonlight, and we've got white for our card base. Let me show you what the differences are. So that's the white. Cinnamon cider and misty moonlight. Misty moonlight, cinnamon cider, white. What do you think? Give me your thoughts while I pull out some embellishments. can vote and tell me, and then I can pick your card base. What do you guys think? So I'll leave the card bases out here so you can check. And there you are. You can see which one suits it better. Sometimes you've got to see the card it made, then you go, oh yeah, that's nicer. I'm having a bit of a mix here. Karen says cinnamon. Lori says Misty. Sharon says Misty. And cinnamon. Sharon's there sitting on the fence. Renee likes all of them, but cinnamon is winning. We've got a bit of both, so I think white's out. So we've got cinnamon and Misty. You wouldn't think, like, put it this way, I wouldn't think like cinnamon would go with grey granite, right? But it's not too bad. But I think the Misty kind of brings it out, doesn't it? The picks up the cinnamon cider pops up on that. So shall we? Laurie's going blue. We will go with blue, Laurie. I think so. I think they both look good. I should do both at one point and maybe post them up. It's well, it's sometimes good to have both the styles and yes from Laurie. It makes the colors pop, I think. I will sew this Misty Moonlight when it goes. It's going in May. I'm going to cry. It's one of my favorites. Alright, now I've got these little gems, and then I think we can put the cinnamon cider gems on that. What you think? I don't think I've ever used these gems like as a square. I always put it like a diamond. I don't know why, but anyway. And that kind of goes with our little hex label there, the shape. There you go. There's our little seashells card with the Simply Marbleous paper. That paper is very pretty, and bonus, you get it for free with a $90 purchase. Of course, any of our products with celebration, they are while supplies last, so get it while you can. I think it's great. If you get two, give one as a gift. Ideal. You're getting a full pack of 48 sheets, 6x6 double-sided paper, so they're really great quality, and use it for scrapbooking, whatever you use it for. So I hope you have enjoyed that, and I really appreciate your interaction and comments and fun, and I have thoroughly enjoyed myself sharing this time with you. Please join me in Classroom 1 at Craft Alive for my Fresh Florals class. That is at 3:30, so just in 1.5 hours time. That's a 1-hour class. I'm doing a bit of a mix there. I'll be doing 3 cards there, but you'll get a few options where you can see some variations. So I hope to see you there. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye bye.